Bleep bloop. Bleep bloop. I have somehow found myself in some bizarre new reality. How did I find myself here? Not entirely sure. I somehow have teleported into a historical era on a planet here in this terrestrial sphere of existence. Still trying to figure out what reality it really is, actually. Not entirely sure. But this is one of my first star logs. This is a star log. Got my Arcturian communication device here. And hasn't lit up for quite a while. So I've not had a chance to talk to Captain Metatron recently. However, it's still an Arcturian communication device, so maybe Captain Metatron's listening. That's another question. But here, this is my report regarding everything Arcturian for the past, let's say, half a year. So, upon passing my Earth vehicle test driving instruction process, things just started to skyrocket, essentially. Lots of skyrocketing. And I basically made the decision that I couldn't finish book 2 without figuring out what book 3 was, which then led me to investigate cosmic cycles, because I kind of stopped at around 19,000 with the first book. And as soon as I started investigating these cosmic cycles, things just started to connect up. Like, incredibly, you know? Like, yeah, wow. Yeah. It's a beautiful day here. You see that, maybe? I don't know. It's a very nice day. Here, next to this cave. There's a cave here. So I'm next to this cave. And, yeah, things just start skyrocketing, numbers all adding up. Ice core samples really helped. Big ups to the ice core engineers of planet Earth. Or, as it once was, planet Ice. Many different kinds of terrestrial spheres of existence have enveloped this world many times, basically. And so after the ice core samples, after the ice core samples, that then led to navigating my way into the connection between the ice cores and climatic fluctuations related to the time cycles in my first book. My first book completed with the numbers 372 and 391. Now, there's lots of different ice core samples, but the ones I eventually was mapping them up against was the ones from Greenland, specifically GISP2. So they map up perfectly with the codes in my first book, and I had no idea about ice core samples. Now, 372, 391, that all matches up with the Egyptian and Mayan cycles. So those numbers I didn't source from somewhere else. Those numbers I was mapping with the eclipses to begin with. It's a fascinating world, this terrestrial sphere. It's very fascinating when you're transcending the Gregorian 3D cube. Which we're very close to doing that, you know. This has been a lifetime of work, you know, trying to anchor some Arcturian vibes. So that was the ice core samples, and then that all just started matching up, and then I realized that the third book was essentially the major arcana of the second book, which is the whole deck. And so that way I could then figure out which was the major ones, so I could focus upon those in the third book. So the third book is essentially the major arcana cards, but they're part of the second deck. So the second deck has all the cards, 78, 9, 80, there might be a few extra cards, maybe bonus packs or something. I have to see what the Arcturians have to say. Let's see. So the third book, and that then led to the series of videos, so one for each chapter. So the third book is halfway. Second book is now at the publishers in the draft edition. Still needs to be proofread with obviously the English language. It's hard to translate Arcturian into English sometimes, but hopefully the graphics do enough justice if the words don't. But that's still a work in progress. Definitely 90% finished with the second book. Third book, maybe 50, maybe 55, definitely halfway. So that's all happening, and then I'm trying to network a bit more with other Earthlings currently on planet Earth, and I've been singing songs and making other videos, and basically just more sleeping better. What was my main thing recently was blacking out the room really helped. So I'm sleeping for less hours, but getting better sleep, which is really good for my vegetable biological spacesuit while I'm here. It really helps for the mental capacities, and even my emotional body is feeling a lot better. So that's all great, you know. Sleeping better, less hours, sleep better, wake up far better. So I'd thoroughly recommend that. Anybody's got any sleep problems. Yeah, just eating healthy foods, living a very minimal life, as I've pretty much done most of the time. Having fun with videos, trying to translate the Arcturian into the Earthling language of various different Earthling languages. And so book 1, book 2, book 3. Book 2 is like a bridging book, and it will have a whole set of cards and a book, so it'll be like a box set eventually. And then it's like a bridging book, so it should help you to understand book 1 and book 3. So it's also kind of, you could say, almost a good first one, because then you get a better, overview of the whole thing. However, this is the way that they're manifesting 1, 2, 3. But I couldn't finish second book without understanding third book, and I couldn't understand third book without not trying to finish the second book. So it's a thoroughly unlogical process. For a logical person, apparently I'm just logical. To go, no, actually, better to stop doing 2 and do number 3. But then once 3 happens, eventually you can do 2 and 3 at the same time. Okay. And make loads of videos. Okay. Wow. I never even thought I'd even be able to translate 1 book of Arcturian. As soon as there's going to be 3 books of Arcturian. So, wow. So there's fascinating rocks here. You see these fascinating rocks? Look at that. Wonder how far back those rocks go. You can see over here. There's these rocks here. They're pretty cool. You see those? I don't know if you can see here. Some nice striations of rock in here. See that? Yeah. Definitely some layers happening down here. See those layers? So layers and layers upon layers and layers of reality. Yeah. Layers of reality. One on top of the other, different dimensions of reality. Different colours. I mean, look up here, you can see far more blue maybe in here. You see the blue? I don't know if you can see it. The blue kind of colour coming out here. So this is rocks on Arthur's Seat. Here's Arthur's Seat back up there. Oh, there's another rock there. And then... So, what else is there? Let's see. 1 book, 2 book, 3 book, ice crystal samples. Wow. more music. I think more music's a good idea. And definitely enjoying talking to this Arcturian communication device. That's very good fun. Hello.
Hiya. Hi.
How's it going?
That's bad, thank you.
So yeah, Arcturian communication devices are very, very fun actually. I mean, can you see this Arcturian communication device? Look at that. Is that not nuts? Where do you think that came from? Space? Looks pretty space age to me. Yeah, I'd say that's like top shelf really. Look at that. Personally, I'd say that's top shelf. Multi-dimensional reality communication device. I reckon it makes our mobile phones look rubbish, even though obviously I'm using a mobile phone to talk to you at the moment. I think telepathy would be far better. So there we go. Just a quick overview. That's what I'm pretty much up to 24/7 if I'm not sleeping. I had a beautiful fire for the spring equinox. I turned up to see a pal, a local ecologically minded way station amongst the Gregorian orientated Society of Doom. Beautiful place. They were just burning stuff that, you know, all broken bits of furniture stuff that just couldn't be fixed, and posts and stuff. Huge fire. Awesome. And I just had this amazing experience, because basically what happened was I was out there hanging out, pal was making the fire, and you know, I helped chop wood and stuff, or saw wood into bits so it would go on the fire. And so we did that for maybe an hour or so, and then a bit after that some beautiful people came out and brought us some soup, and it was just a lovely experience really. It was just lovely, you know. There's no money involved. You did some work to help, and then someone else did some work. It just so happened that their work produced food, but your work produced warmth. You know? And or our work produced warmth. You know, there's lots of people doing all kinds of stuff around the garden. I'm pretty sure they all got soup too, and everybody had lovely soup, which was made from the garden as well. So it was a thoroughly grounding experience, and you know, I felt all these different energies lifting and things, just the fire just basically going. Beautiful experience. So I just thought I'd share that because it was a lovely experience. So that's that. Let's see, anything else to report? Pretty much wanted to mainly just report these things. Yeah, I could say, you know, there's different things happening on the Earth realm at the moment, in the Earthling laboratories of how they're going to decide to make decisions and everything. Humans, as usual, are doing their human thing. I think we kind of need to evolve, you know. We might need to evolve a bit, you know. All these people that say that evolution is the new thing. That does actually require evolving. You can't just say it. You know, you actually do have to do a bit of evolving. So, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to share wisdom from around the planet. I think we need to become more planetary. Maybe a bit less global, and a bit more planetary. Yeah? You know, the whole globalism, New World Order nonsense. What a failure, really, you know, honestly. Colonization? No thanks. I think I'd like planetary, thanks. Planetary wisdom, everybody's got to see the table, thank you very much. Okay? Again, this is an Arcturian communication device, so I could well, at some point, essentially just be giving orders. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the authority of the Arcturians, you know. Highest security clearance in the galaxy. So, what we're going to do, I think we need to definitely maintain peace. That's definitely a priority. I think it would help to be a bit more planetary and honour the ancestors from around the globe. And yes, all these things and much more. So there we go. This is Raah Cyrus completing his first star log in this bright sunny day here in the bonny lands of Scotland. It's in the northern hemisphere, planet Earth, and wishing you all a beautiful day and peace and love, and yeah, may universal peace prevail for everybody, so we can all have happy lives. I think that's what everybody deserves. So yeah, there we go. Blessings. Blessings. And thank you for listening. If you've listened all the way, thank you for listening. Bleep bloop. Bleep bloop.